Good afternoon. We're back with more Marvel Champions. And today we'll be playing Adam Warlock versus Ebony Maw on Expert Difficulty. Starting a Mad Titan's Shadow campaign on Expert Difficulty. The difficulty from Galaxy's Most Wanted was intense, and so I'm not actually sure that Expert is possible with Adam Warlock or with any hero. For Mad Titan's Shadow, if it's of similar difficulty to Galaxy's Most Wanted. But we'll see. We also want to evaluate Adam Warlock and see how that goes. So let's get the decks shuffled. Definitely want to keep Mystic Senses. We'll get rid of these three and draw three. Sorcerer Supreme is very good. So we need to discard until we find two spells. There's one. There's two. Both fireballs. Ouch. So, we want to get out Sorcerer Supreme for sure. We'd actually like to get out Mystic Senses and Karmic Staff as well. Let's go Martyr and Preservation for the Staff. Let's go Staff plus Cosmic Ward for Sorcerer Supreme. We'll flip to Hero, we'll Thwart for 1 and draw 5. So 1 threat, Ebony Maw removes 1 invocation counter from each. Ebony Maw attacks for 2. And we got 1 encounter card, which is Pacification, which surges. Outrider, discard 1 card at random from your hand. So let's go with 1, 2 for Mystic Senses and 1, 2 for Hulk. We'll use Hulk to attack the Outrider, and Hulk's discard is going to be wild, so that's 2 damage. And then we can draw 6. 1 threat, Invocation. Ebony Maw attacks and will defend with Adam Warlock for 1 damage, and then 1 encounter card, which is 2 more encounter cards. Villain attacks again, that's going to be undefended for 4. And Manipulation, which surges into Landing Craft. Well, we're off to a rough start here, I would say. For the hero phase, actually don't have any aspect cards to use Battle Mage with. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4 for Nick Fury. I'm gonna have to heal before these fireballs go off or I'm gonna die. I actually have to heal twice. Nick Fury can draw 3. Actually, am I just dead? Can I heal enough not to die? Need to get 2 heals. Yeah, I don't have enough time not to die. This is just a loss. Let's get reset and try again. So, a rough start on that one. And we'll go which of these do I want to keep? Let's look for spells. I don't know how many fireballs there are in there, but finding 2 of them is probably pretty unlucky. Okay, let's get started with Power in All of Us for Ironheart and draw a card. Quantum Magic and Blade for Karmic Staff. Karmic Staff and White Tiger for Pip the Troll. And we'll use Ironheart to attack for 1. use Adam Warlock to thwart for 1, and we'll draw 5. 1 threat, 1 attack, which will go on Pip. Give the villain a tough status card. And then 1 encounter card. We also have invocations. Outrider, discard 1 card at random. Okay. So, what do we want to do here for the hero phase? We can go Karmic Blast and Staff for Mystic Senses. Let's discard a leadership card to go +1/+1/+1, which draws a card. And then we'll use Adam to take out Outrider. Discard Avengers Mansion and draw 4. So 1 threat, 1 attack. Actually, first we'd indicate and discard 1 card at random, and we're confused. So we're still in a control meta, it seems. Constantly limiting the hand size of the player limits their ability to play their deck. And I'm not a fan of the control meta. I prefer combo meta. And we got 1 encounter card. Not a fan of the control meta, especially in an LCG, because it removes options. Like, we went from having the option of playing Martyr or maybe playing other things to really only 1 option. Like, we could have played maybe Martyr and then done a Karmic Staff or Quantum Magic, or possibly used the last card for Adam Warlock's Battle Mage, so we had multiple decisions to make. With 5 cards, well, I didn't have the aspect cards for that, but, you know, generally speaking, with 5 cards, you have multiple options, where with 4, we really just have Strength, Karmic, and something else for Martyr, and I don't know. It just seems like I'm giving bad examples, but it seems like, generally speaking, 4 cards limits you a lot, and this encounter deck is making us discard quite a lot. Anyway, Channeling Trance, remove 1 invocation counter from each spell, so that's going to be Pacification. Exhaust each upgrade and you are stunned. And we're on to the hero phase. Remove the toughness. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 for Martyr. Attack for 2. And the attack did not defeat an enemy, so no toughness. We'll use Adam Warlock's action to just remove his stun. And we'll draw 5. Hopefully we can keep all 5 of our cards this round. 1 threat, 1 attack. 1 encounter card. The villain schemes. He schemes for 4. It's going to advance the scheme. So we shuffle the discard pile in and then grab another spell. I do enjoy challenge in card games, but I enjoy challenge where I have to overcome a powerful boss, not a challenge where I have myself limited. Because that's frustrating, then you don't get to play the deck the way that it's designed. It's fun to play your deck the way it's designed and then still be challenged because the boss is also doing very powerful things. Anyway, after the villain schemed and advanced the quest, we have 1 encounter card coming, which is the Black Order. So, what do we want to do here? There's a lot of options here, actually. Let's get out Angela, look at the top 10. for a minion. Unfortunately, none of the 2 health minions. We have to grab a Black Order infantry. So we can go Angela and Martyr for that. And Martyr will get a tough status card, and so will the boss. And then we can also go 1, 2 for summoning spell. How do I want to deal with this? I think it has to be Nick Fury. We'll draw 3. And we'll use Nick Fury to thwart. We'll go Spiritual Meditation. Do I want to cycle here? I don't know that I do. I think I'm just going to play Adam Warlock's Cape. And we'll go ahead and remove the Confuse. And draw 5. I had to make some choices there based on the challenges that were presented that I wasn't super happy about. I really wanted Sorcerer Supreme out. Let's go ahead and we got 1 threat, we got 1 invocation, we got 1 attack, which will go on Nick Fury. And we got 1 encounter card, which is Regeneration Cycle. So, not too bad. Are we starting to get set up now? It seems that way. We'll flip back to hero form. Let's use Cosmic Ward and Luke Cage for Mystic Senses number 2. Definitely want to be battle maging as much as possible. We'll use his battle mage ability for 2 damage, remove the toughness, and draw 2 cards. And we can get out Hulk. Also get to ready Adam Warlock after using Mystic Senses, and we can thwart for 1. We'll use Hulk for 3 damage. Hulk's discard. Discards Hulk, unfortunately. Angela for 2. We're going to use Martyr to defend. And then we can use Zone of Silence to just discard 1 card and thwart for 1. And we'll draw 5. 1 threat, 1 attack on Martyr. 1 invocation. And 1 encounter card, which is Outrider. Random discard, so it's going to be a limited turn. Let's move on to the hero phase, and we'll use... Definitely want to use Battle Mage here. We'll use it with an aggression card for 2 damage. First we should thwart with Adam Warlock, and then we can ready him. Draw 2 cards. That's going to cycle through the deck. And we'll go ahead and use 1, 2, and 3 for Beat Cop. Heal 1 damage. Oh, don't have any damage to heal. Or would I rather hang on to that and use the Karmic Staff? Yeah, let's do that. And we'll just deal 1 damage. 1 threat. Invocation. Exhaust each upgrade and stunned. Doesn't do anything to exhaust the Mystic Senses. That is a support, not an upgrade. And then we have an attack from Ebony Maw against Angela. And an encounter card. Reactor Overload. Take 2 damage or place 2 threat. We'll do the 2 threat. Pacification is going to surge. Exhaustion surges. Supergiant quick strikes for 2. After she attacks and damages a character, that character is stunned. Okay. Well, I don't have a lot of thwarting available at the moment. I can go preservation. No, actually, I think I should shield spell that so I don't get stunned. Shield spell the damage. We'll discard 2 instead. So let's go Pip and preservation for Sorcerer Supreme. Let's use Hulk to deal 2 damage with the Battle Mage, which will draw 2 cards. Beat Cop. Martyr. No, we won't use Martyr here. We'll just draw 3. Actually 4 now. Not too sure about using Hulk that way. Maybe that wasn't good. Threat, Invocation, damage. And Supergiant now does hit the stun on Adam Warlock. And we got 1 encounter card, which surges. Surges again. Blood to Spare. When revealed, each minion engaged with the player activates against that player. Okay, that's going to be 2 more damage. So even if I had blocked with Adam Warlock before, he still would have been stunned. Or he still would have had 2 damage and been stunned. I think I probably should block that damage with him though. The second time. Maybe I should have done the first time as well. So let's go 1, 2 for Ironheart. Let's use Innovation and give Adam Warlock +1/+1/+1. Draw 2 cards. Let's go Magic Attack for 3. Did I draw a card for Ironheart? No, I didn't. Let's go Genius and Cosmic Ward for White Tiger and draw 2 cards. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Remove this Reactor Overload. We'll get out Wiccan as well. Warp for 1. Let's see what the boost is. It is 2. And we'll use Beat Cop for 1. May need to start thinking about healing. Okay, so 1 threat. 1 attack, which we'll put on Ironheart. Invocations. Is there any way to cancel those invocations before they go off, or you just have to kind of watch them count down and do their thing? 1 encounter card. Oh, Channeling Trance. So we got exhaust each upgrade. And what was the other thing? You were stunned? Already stunned. 1 card at random from hand and you are confused. Okay, and we're on to the hero phase. Let's go with... Well, let's remove the stun first. Use Beat Cop. Use Wiccan. Not use Wiccan. Let's get out Soul World. Let's Summoning Spell. For Luke Cage, that's great. Attack for 2 and we'll draw 6. Gonna get a soul counter soon. So we have an attack by Ebony Maw, invocation. So that was the encounter deck cycling? No, my deck cycled. So one counter, one encounter card. And we got another encounter card, which is the normal one. Oh yeah, Ebony Maw's not attacking. What am I doing? Oh no, yes he is. I'm in hero form. I thought for a second I switched to alter ego. Here we go. Attached to the friendly character with the highest attack and exhaust it. So Luke Cage isn't going to do anything until I clear this. And then we got another reactor overload. So take 2 damage or place 2 threat here. Go with the threat. What is this, a lightning and a strength resource? Okay, we'll do that. Oh, it's going to be energy and karmic blast. Well, let's draw 2. Discard 1. No, I want Zone of Silence. I'm going to discard Innovation, I think. And we'll use Strength Lightning to get rid of this Restrained. Use Wickender to scheme, or to thwart. The boost card is 1, so 1 damage. I'm going to use Adam Warlock's Justice. Discard a Justice card with Battle Mage. Remove 2 threat. And first we'll remove the Confuse with his action. Then we'll do the Battle Mage, draw 2. Get Nick Fury out and draw 3. We'll go Nick Fury, thwart for 2. I don't have anything left to do because I don't have any ally slots. So 1 damage. But I like this hand. I want to keep it. Just draw 1 card. 1 threat. Invocation will deal 4 damage to my identity. 1 attack. Discard 1 card at random. 1 encounter card, which is Manipulation, which surges into Shadow of the Past. Oh, I wish I could cancel that. The Magus. And Universal Church of Truth. That's a name you can trust. Okay. Quick strike, toughness, so 2 damage. I think we'll block that. After the Magus activates against you, discard the top 5 cards of your deck. Well, that quick strike counts, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're on to the hero phase. Let's see, what do I want to do here? There's a lot of options available with Adam Warlock. He's very versatile, which was my assessment of him in my card review. But he does lack power. He's like, he reminds me a little of Doctor Strange, but he's not as powerful as Doctor Strange. So how do I want to handle this? I need to get the toughness off of the Magus. I wish I had a Karmic Blast right now. And I would like to use Adam Warlock's Battle Mage for the extra benefits. Should I do it with Angela for the 2 damage? Let's go with Summoning Spell. Give Adam Warlock +1/+1. We'll draw 2. We can go 1, 2, 3 for Mockingbird and get a stun. Heal for 1. Use Mockingbird for the toughness. Adam Warlock will thwart for 2 thanks to his leadership discard. Get rid of that. We can go Beat Cop, Luke Cage, I think that's all. It's not great. Do I want to heal right now? I think I will take this opportunity to heal. Let's flip to Alter Ego, exhaust Soul World, heal for 7, and draw 3. So Cosmic Ward is not a hero interrupt. You don't have to be in hero form. Shield spell is. So go 1. It's gonna invocate Scheme for 3. Naga Schemes for 2. Discard top 5. 1 encounter card. Rubble Storm. Under Fire. Cosmic Inquisition, Insight 2. If Universal Church of Truth is in play, it is not, so otherwise we gotta search the discard pile for it. I could Cosmic Ward that though, and I think I will. Cancel its when revealed effects. The Insight still goes off. Zealot of Truth. Threat cannot be removed from the Universal Church of Truth side scheme. Okay, so on to the player turn. We'll use Beat Cop to get rid of the Zealot of Truth. Use Mockingbird for the last damage on the Magus. Let's flip to hero form. Let's use Angela for damage. Adam Warlock for 1 damage. And then Angela for damage, and then we can ready Adam Warlock and draw 2. And we're into phase 3, which means discarding until we find a spell. There isn't one. So we get an acceleration token, but no spell. And I'm definitely going to need to thwart. But I have limited thwarting abilities. So I'll have to use Adam and Luke Cage for 2 thwart. And go Karmic Blast for 4 damage. We can only discard 1, so it's 5 damage. One soul counter, 1 encounter card. Go Quantum Magic and Shield Spell. No, I can't do that. Quantum Magic and Hulk for another Karmic Blast. Discard 4. Got 2 extra damage, so 6 damage. And then we'll just draw 5. Hopefully Advance doesn't come up. Invocate, Confuse, and a random discard. Remove Stun. 2 encounter cards. Fireball. Manipulation. Outrider, random discard. And Caught Off Guard. I will discard Soul World. I don't think I'll need it. So, Can I just end it here? Got 12 damage I need to do. Wiccan, quite an unknown amount. Luke Cage 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 I could do. 8, 9. Boy, it really depends. Maybe I can do enough. But probably I'll just attack the Outrider. I'll discard a leadership card to give Adam Warlock +2 or +1/+1. I'll use Wiccan to do damage, and let's see what the boost is. 2. Retires Wiccan. So let's see. 1, 2. So first we needed to remove the Confuse and then use the Battle Mage. Draw 2 cards and ready him. There's a Karmic Blast. So can that end it? Adam's at 2 attack. 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think I can just end it. So we'll go Determination and Pip for Karmic Blast. Removes 1 threat. Discard 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, it's just +1 damage, so 5 damage. Mockingbird for 1, 2, 3, and then Angela for 2. Top 10. Okay. Brings in Supergiant for a quick strike, which is going to stun Adam. That's going to prevent me from ending the game, actually. So I'm actually going to defend that attack. And then we have Angela doing 2. Not going to use Mockingbird. And we'll just draw 5. Two threat. Attack. Well, invocate. Attack. Attack. Defend. 1 encounter card. Black Order Infantry, which has guard. Okay, I may not be able to end this turn either. We'll see. Well, we have Nick Fury. That should help, right? Let's use Battle Mage. Ready up. We can just go 2, 2, take out this Black Order Infantry. That adds toughness. Angela to remove it. Magic attack, discard 5. Or just 3 is needed. Take out Ebony Maw. Well, Adam Warlock. First playthrough. He's interesting. He's a very versatile hero. There's a lot of damage, or there's a lot of decisions with him. He's not a hero that you turn to for quick victories. So if you need to rush a boss down, that's not going to be your guy. I think he was more consistent than Spectrum, but but only because, I mean, Spectrum really was just, we were evaluating Mighty Avengers more than Spectrum. Spectrum got carried by Mighty Avengers, I think, and Mighty Avengers a Mighty Avengers deck seems stronger to me than Adam Warlock does. So he's kind of hampered by not being an Avenger, because if he could use Mighty Avengers, although he wouldn't be able to play a full Mighty Avengers deck because of his deck building restrictions. So I think his deck building restriction offers a lot of versatility, and because of that, he's fun to play. His overall strength, he's okay. He seems like a B+ type of hero to me. He's not quite strong enough to say he's like an A or an S tier hero. And will he be capable of getting through this campaign on Expert? Maybe. I somewhat doubt it. Unless it's a pretty easy campaign. We're still in a control meta with this campaign, and what I mean by that is that a lot of these cards are removing player options or preventing you from doing things. These spells are focused mostly on, they confuse you, they discard random cards, they stun you, which forces you to use your basic ability, which is going to limit the heroes that can be good against this scenario, because a lot of heroes, well, some of the heroes at least, really need their basic action available to be good. Then we also have, no piercing for this one, or overkill, which is good, but a lot of stunning, a lot of confusing, and a lot of discarding cards from your hand. The stunning and confusing I think is fine, because that is pretty thematic, playing against Ebony Maw. So if he's casting spells against you and stunning you, confusing you, that does feel thematic. The random discarding cards from hand I don't think is necessary. I would like to have the boss simply have more power and not have that mechanic, because that mechanic is frustrating in that it removes options from the player. Just limits what you can do. But anyway, not an outrageously difficult scenario, and pretty well balanced so far. So for the campaign instructions for this one, we need to I completely forgot about the secure the landing side scheme. What was that supposed to do? Okay, so it just sits there and doesn't do anything. And then I needed security breach side scheme in the encounter deck. Well, it's janky, but we'll just play as if I didn't clear secure the landing. And since attack on nowhere 1B was completed, add security breach to the campaign pool. So we don't get the assistance of Cosmo, because I simply forgot to set up or I didn't read page 2 actually of the campaign instructions. I only read page 1. So we'll record the 11 HP and we'll play no secure the landing, and we'll add security breach into the encounter deck. And we'll move on to scenario 2 and pay more attention to detail, and my apologies for that. Anyway, thank you for watching.